Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Fatma Technology Wali and I belong to Rehan School Lahore campus and I am a teacher training participant at Rehan School Lahore campus. Today our special guest is Danelle Boilers. So Assalamu alaikum ma'am.
Yes. Hi. Hello. Good evening to Pakistan. It's wonderful to join you today.
Okay, thank you. How are you?
I am doing very well today. Thank you. Very well.
Okay. First of all, I am very thankful to you for your interview and for your time.
Well, thank you. It's a privilege to get to join you today. I appreciate you asking me.
Okay, thank you so much. So, first of all, I want to this that you introduce yourself with my audience.
Yeah, sure. I'm Danelle Boyles in the United States. I am a practitioner of many professions. I'm an educator, a consciousness coach, sound healer, an artist, writer, and I practice a lot of humanitarian philanthropy throughout different countries of the world. I'm also a mom to two boys, and we have 5 pets. So we have a very busy household.
Yes, you are so busy woman and I am again thankful to you for your time because
My
your time
pleasure.
is so precious. Yes, yes. So let I hope that all of you like this introduction. So we move to the next question. So my next question is that can you tell us about your background story?
I have a very diverse, expanded background story. It really just depends on what direction you want me to go in. But I have, overcome many obstacles in my life that have tried to hold me back from success and from, being who I am authentically. And just overcoming many of those things and challenges in life have brought me to where I am today. It has brought me to introducing my art career, my habits and experiences in education and humanitarianism, all the different experiences and individuals I've met throughout my life have come from many of the experiences that have made me learn and grow and adapt into who I am today. But when it comes right down to it, I'm an everyday person just like everyone else. I just take a lot of practice in expanding myself and encouraging others to expand themselves in learning and growing and developing their individuality and authenticity and their individual characteristics. So,
Yes, great background story. Amazing. Nice answer. So, my
thanks.
next question is that how would you describe? Uh, no, I want to skip this question. So, my next question is that can you walk us through your education and experience?
I have a very diverse education background, not typical. I did the usual, attended, the schooling up until my adolescent years. And then once I got into adulthood, I decided to completely change what I was doing. I've been in education for 20 years now. And when I started doing a lot of my humanitarian philanthropic work around the world, I started to find that I needed to expand myself in different areas and directions in order to be able to do some of the work that I was being called to do. So as an adult, I completely have revamped like who I am and what I do professionally. I still I'm very much involved in education. I still work the same career that I have for the last 20 years in special education as a vocational trainer. But about 5 or 6 years ago, I decided I wanted to expand into some different career paths to help align me with what I was doing in life. And so one of them was I am an advanced TFL educator. So I am certified and licensed to teach English as a foreign language anywhere in the world. I am a certified sound healing practitioner in multiple modalities. I have certification in other various techniques, massage. I am certified in consciousness coaching as an NLP practitioner. Gosh, what else? I've done so many. I've basically have done nothing but take education for the last 5 years to help expand and grow in. And I still am. I'm a holistic practitioner, and I have certifications in different holistic practitioner practices. Still continuing to take those classes. So I'm in a constant state of learning and growing. And I find that is to be like, as I continue to work with many different people around the world, my calling changes frequently. And so my experience changes. And so then I adapt myself to what my experiences are asking of me. So still carrying out and learning and educating while I'm educating myself and having education experiences, even as I'm a 49-year-old adult. And so I'm still in the throes of education, even as an adult.
Okay, great answer. And education is most important part in our lives, because education have play a vital role in our lives.
Yeah,
So you
absolutely.
can believe it.
Yeah, I do. And that's
Okay.
one thing that I express a lot. I work with all different various types of people, all different demographics. And I have worked from individuals who are trying to gain ground through education in underdeveloped, underpoverished areas, all the way up to working with university professors. And so that requires a very diverse background and experience of like knowing how to work with individuals like emotionally. And so being able to help other individuals learn, grow, and develop their education status or their knowledge, through my own experiences, I find it's very important to always continue to learn and grow and adapt.
Okay, great answer. So I move to the next question, and my next question is that what inspired you to apply for this opportunity? What you said?
Mostly just my calling as an individual. I like to say that I'm very divinely guided in what I do, whether it's you're referring to God or Spirit or Allah or whatever your calling is. Personally, I find that I listen very intuitively to this calling, and I follow paths that are led for me, and so I find it's very important to follow that diversity.
Okay, nice, great answer. So my next question is that what are your strongest skills and how do you use them?
My strongest skills: patience is one of my strongest skills. Adaptability. I find that those two are two of my strongest skills. One, patience, because I work with many individuals of various cultures, various levels of knowledge. So, being able to adapt yourself to self-regulating, whether you're working with the most advanced individual who might know more or be more educated than you, or working with individuals who are special needs, who have difficulty with their own self-regulation, difficulty with their own learning, um, difficulties with behavioral issues. So patience and learning how to be an extremely patient person. And just being able to adapt. I'm one of those individuals that I can be ready to participate or lead or do a project like on the spur of the moment. Like I have the innate ability to be able to follow the lead on just about anything. It's something I've always kind of prided myself on, is working under pressure. Um, even like, for example, I was just hosting and leading a program for students actually in Pakistan, the Pakistani Youth Empowerment Program. And we had a couple of our individuals that I had lined up to be speakers, and they had to cancel very spur of the moment. And so I had to step in and I had to teach these sessions that I wasn't scheduled or prepared for, but I very quickly threw together a presentation in a matter of like 10 minutes. And then I presented it and it went off very well. And so I pride myself to be able to work under pressure and to be able to produce good results without being very prepared. I'm good in emergencies.
Okay, great answer. So I move to the next question, and my next question is that what can you give me example of how you used your skills successfully?
Um, much of my skills come into play pretty much every day, whether it's at work or through my own business, whether I'm seeing personal clients, because outside of my daytime job, I have my own business, Emotions and Art Healing Studios, and through that, I produce artwork, I do shows, I work with clients for consciousness coaching and um, for intuitive readings. And so much of my skills come into play like pretty much every day. And even as we are, here now doing an interview, some of my skills that I've learned for public speaking, they come into play. So, and I'm sorry if you see me keep tapping my screen, for some reason my screen keeps timing out and it's going dark. So I have to tap it to reset it. But yeah, even, in all various degrees, my skills come into play every day. I work on my web design. I have a product line that I'm getting ready to launch that's a whole clothing and art and journals. And so I've been working on that. So all of my skills come into play in all different forms in my life every day, even just interacting with individuals, helping individuals, you know, helping myself, my kids, friends.
Great answer, amazing. So I move to the next question, and my next question is that how do you continue to improve your skills?
Always learning. You have to, wanting to learn is almost an actual skill, learned skill itself. Developing the innate desire to always want to learn and expand is something that you kind of have to like push your interest and figure out, what pushes you to be able to want to learn and grow, finding those niches that are of interest to you and creating the space for yourself to make you want to do that, because not everybody has the initial drive to just want to learn. We can be very sedentary in life sometimes. Sedentary is it's very easy to just be comfortable and to go with the flow, and it's very easy to not pursue or push. So learning to develop that desire sometimes takes a little bit of work.
Okay, great answer. So my next question is that Can you describe a challenging situation you faced and how do you handle it?
Oh, situation that I have failed. Um, oh my gosh. I mean, there's been moments that I have felt like I failed, but the way I look at every circumstance and situation is even if you fail or consider or think that you failed, it's still an opportunity to succeed because you can learn from it. But there's been many moments that, I either felt like I did not present properly, or perhaps I didn't use my personal skills that I've developed to the best of my ability. And I felt like perhaps I failed an individual that I was supposed to be leading or guiding or assisting, not in the best manner. I don't really have one particular circumstance that just absolutely flopped, because I try I try very hard to not let that happen, because I usually have a lot of people that are depending on me to not fail. So I try to have a fail safe for every circumstance so that that doesn't happen. But there's been moments that I've let myself down, and then I felt like I let others down because I didn't do as good of a job as maybe I should have. But we all have circumstances and moments like that in life, and we just we look at it, analyze it, and we figure out, what, why and how we can do better next time. And so that's, a part of growth.
Okay, great answer. So my next question is that tell us about a time when you solved a problem effectively.
When I solved a problem, how, what?
Yes, effectively.
Um, I try to do that regularly, but again, it happens so often, even like, like I mentioned earlier, whenever I had to take over the program and implement my own session, because we had individuals that couldn't follow through with their plans. um there's many moments that I experience often, especially doing the online conferencing like this often abroad. You come across a lot of technical issues, and I think that's probably one of the main things that I come across, that I have to uh, follow through with, keeping things together, especially whenever we're doing recordings on like StreamYard or Zoom. There's many moments that the individuals on the other end, they'll have their audio or their visual freeze, and so we have to we have to carry on and continue speaking and filling in the void whenever the technology fails on the other end. So technology fails are probably one of my biggest issues that I feel like I have to realign and correct most often.
Okay, great answer.
Mm.
Amazing. So I move to the next question, and my next question is that describe an achievement you are proud of you. Describe your achievement that you are proud of you.
Um, I feel like every day has achievements to be proud of. But if I had to choose just one, I feel like whenever I build an organization, as I've done with several in the past, and building an organization for different groups and individuals in underpoverished areas, and then watching them thrive and grow from developing a support system to be able to sustain their support. That if and there's multiple that has happened with, watching them learn and grow and develop and to be able to support themselves. I could give you like one particular, but there's several that I've done that with. But yeah, watching those things grow and develop, from the ground up is a big achievement for me. And being able to even just watch individuals just absolutely flourish after we've held classes together or they've joined a conference, that's it fills me. It makes me very happy whenever I see that happen.
Okay, great answer. So my next question is that have you ever worked under pressure? How did you manage it?
Yeah, I work under pressure a lot, actually. um, I manage it really well. I work really well under pressure, whether it's working with individuals who have difficulty with regulating themselves, because I am very good at regulating myself and holding my emotional balance and holding the energy of the room. And so working under pressure, either in the classroom or with students that have difficulty regulating, or moderating a conference with many individuals, holding space for keeping a calm demeanor and producing, that ability for other people to follow suit is something that's very important in like my everyday experiences.
Okay, great answer. So my next question is that how do you communicate with team members and colleagues?
How do I communicate with team members and who? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't hear the last word of your
Can I
sentence.
repeat?
Yeah. We are very, very open in communicating, especially in working the job that I do, because you have to have very open communication and ability to relate ideas and issues that have risen that need to be resolved. So you have to be able to really speak from an emotionally balanced place, and not of a place of emotion whenever you're handling a circumstance, being able to, speak from a place of ideas and a place of growth instead of, jumping to conclusions and being overly emotional, about it, being able to speak about problems that need to be resolved in a calm, respectful manner, learning how to emotionally and intelligently communicate. This is one thing that I actually teach very much on. I've done so many conferences around the world with other educators that work with students that have a difficult time with what I call the frequency gap, because there's many individuals that they don't know how to communicate with other individuals because there's such differences in between them. And so being able to learn to emotionally and intelligently communicate on other people's levels is very, very important.
Okay, great answer. So my next question is that how do you manage your time and priorities?
Um, you know, if you would have asked me that about 6 months ago, I would have had a harder time answering, because the last 5 years have been so incredibly busy that I had to very much regulate my schedule. And I feel like most of what I do is very divinely orchestrated, and I am allowed the space to be able to complete everything I need to do with the energy that I have to do it. But my top priority in managing that is keeping a very good schedule. Keeping everything very meticulously scheduled in a calendar, keeping notes, in everything that I have scheduled, and just following a divine understanding that I will be allowed the time and space and energy to do everything that I need to do.
Okay, nice to meet you. And our interview time is too much short,
It's about
so
to
I
end, isn't
want
it?
to
We have
this.
just a couple minutes.
Yeah, so I want to this that you convey a message with my audience.
Just thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate each and every one of you. Always strive to just continue to learn, grow, and allow your authentic self to develop. And follow those leads that are put in your pathway to help you move into those places and spaces of growth. And just know that you're a very important component in this world. And don't don't forget that.
Okay, once again, I am very thankful. Thank you very. I am very thankful to you for your time and for your interview. We will meet again in the
Yes,
next interview and the new guest. So, in the last, I will convey a message with my audience. Be stay, be stay happy, be stay blessed, and work hard.
absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate being here with you today.
We will meet again in the next interview. Yes, we will meet again in the next interview and the new conversation with the new guest. Nice to meet you. Allah Hafiz. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Okay, Allah Hafiz.
Yeah.